Alright, in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about taking action. Now, I've heard for years you have to take massive action, and they're right. You do have to take action to get anywhere in life. There's no doubt about that. But in the past, I didn't know exactly what those actions were. I had no idea. I'd watch like the seminars or the videos of people saying you have to take massive action, and I'd be like, what does that even mean? They're not telling me what actions I should take. They didn't even give me examples or anything about it. So I feel like at this point, it that stopped me from getting started a lot of the times because I didn't know which actions to take because they didn't really give examples of it. So, and it got me thinking when I finally realized what they meant, I was thinking too big. Like, I didn't know if I was going to start my own business. I didn't know what I was going to do. So the actions always seem like, well, I don't know. So how am I even going to get there? Like, what do I do? I need to know what to do. And sometimes people don't want to tell you what to do because they want you to figure it out yourself, which is understandable. But I'd still like to have some guidelines into what does it mean to take massive action. So I came up with a little bit of a list. It might not be all of them. It doesn't pertain to everybody because this is what I started to do to uh, get started in taking action and kind of finally do it what it was. So, like, I didn't realize that even meditating is an action because you're bettering yourself. Like meditation helps you settle down, slow down, helps you get more focused, and over time it can have great benefits as if you turn it into a practice and not just a one time thing. And then I also learned, if anybody's out there hasn't done it, uh, emotional freedom tapping is really amazing. Like once I started doing that, it helps you get, because sometimes you don't realize it, but some of your emotions are getting in the way of you doing things, and tapping helps bring those things to the surface, helps you sit with them, helps you express those emotions, and then you release them. Because if you don't express emotions, if you hold on to them, they stay in your consciousness and they stay in your energy body for years. And sometimes you're holding on to things that happened when you don't even remember it happened. It's in your unconscious, it's in your subconscious, it's in your body. And sometimes once you you sit with it, you express it, and you release it, then it leaves, and then it's gone. And sometimes that's scary. I understand that for people, but I mean, for me, it's been a tremendous help. I remember Jack Canfield saying that his life changed when he started doing EFT, and I was like, okay, well, this guy's super successful, so maybe he's got something there. So, well, this isn't an emotional freedom tapping video, but it is very important and it has helped me, so I thought I would share. And let's see, writing, like even just getting and even with that, after EFT, emotional freedom tapping, you write down some of the emotions or write down what's going on in your life. Sometimes there's so much going on in here that it clouds everything else, and you need to get that down on paper, get it out of here, express it, and then it's gone, and then you start to feel a little bit better. And even as males, we're not supposed to have emotions, and it's like, come on, guys, everybody has them. And you know what? I think it's weak to not express them and to not get rid of them and not write it down. So to me, writing down, journaling, like even writing down what's going on, some of the thoughts in your head, like I just said, but even like I've even heard, like, I ask myself 5 power questions every day. What am I grateful for? What do I intend to do, or who do I intend to become? What are some of the things I want to, 2 things I want to get done today? Uh, let's see, what am I grateful for and what am I good at? I do that when I first wake up, either right before meditation or after meditation. And it's really helped me, like, kind of get some things down on paper. And there's even other journaling that you can do where you can actually write in the present tense to try to manifest something. So I will probably do a video about that in the future too. So just an idea. And then another action is reading a book. And it's your choice, whatever you want to read, but I always read, I watch movies for stories. And if there's a good story, sometimes I'll read it. Like Celestine Prophecy was a good story, but it also had information in it. But for me, I like to read like informational books. books that will help me become better, help me learn something, help me gain a new skill, or a spiritual book, or just anything that will help you get better. Like 30, a lot of people say 30 minutes a day. I just try to do a little bit. If I can get to 30, great. If I sometimes I get to more, that's awesome too. And then movement too. Even if it's just little, even just move around. Do some light calisthenics, stretch the body, left, right, up, down. It doesn't have to be like a great movement. You can just do little stuff in your own home. And like I'll jump around and just anything. Any little movement helps. And I know some people, when you live like me too, live in a sedentary life, gets you, stagnant. You don't want to move around, and then when you start to move around, and then it's like, wow, this really hurts. And it's because your body gets sore because the synovial fluid does not your body doesn't make it if you don't move. So then when you start to move, it doesn't have it because it hasn't been making it because you're not moving. And then you're like, holy crap, I am sore. And then you're like, I ain't doing that again. But again, the more you move little by little, it will get your body moving. Your joints will start to produce that fluid. So, I mean, it's just any little thing will help, man. Even stretching, yoga, all these things are actions. They just help. They build on each other. Even and some people like and you miss a day and then people quit. And it's like, come on, don't be so hard on yourself. Get back up and, I didn't do a video yesterday. Here I am today doing it again. And might not do one tomorrow. But then the next day I'll get back. It's all about bouncing back, man. And like this is, and the last thing I was going to talk about is making videos. Like it's something. I didn't know all this was going to come out of me, but I sat down and said, you know what? I'm going to make a video today, right now. Let's get it done. And then I write down some ideas of what I do, and then I choose one, and then I cross it off. And then uh, each one builds on the other. Each one maybe get a little longer. Each one you get a little bit more comfortable. But you're never going to get anywhere unless you step outside that comfort zone. Everybody's afraid of something. Everybody, uh, most people are not naturals the first time they do something. So again, you have to do it. And don't be afraid to look silly. Don't be afraid to look, I don't know, not good. But we always feel like we have to be perfect to get stuff done. We don't, man. This is my fourth video, and I already starting to feel more comfortable doing these videos. And I know the more I do them, the more comfortable I'm going to get. But if you never take that first action, you're not going to get anywhere ever. So no matter what it is, where you're at in your life, you can start today. Even a one action, a little one. They don't have to be great, giant. You don't have to leap to the top of the mountain. Like Dean Graziosi always says, you take that first next step. Focus on that first next step. I'm sure he's not the only one that says it. A lot of people say it, but I don't know them all. He's the one that first came to mind. But you got to take that one step, and then you take the next step, and then the next one, and then the next one. And then next thing you know, you're like, wow, I'm pretty high up this mountain, man. I got to keep going. So no matter how big, how small, even do something. Like I try to do at least one little thing every day. And then sometimes I do two, but one. Just start with one. And then one day it turns into a big action. Like here I am doing my longest video. I didn't know this was going to happen. I expected this to be a 3-minute video. And here we are, almost we're about to, between 9 and 10 minutes. And that's great. So the whole thing is that if you don't know, just do something small until you can figure out the big ones and do it one step at a time. So all I'm saying is don't be afraid to take that first step, take that uncomfortable action, no matter how big or small it is. And even if it's still a little bit of a comfortable action, at least it's something because eventually you'll get to that uncomfortable action. All right. Have a good day.